Yo, what's up? What's up with it, Pack fam? It's your boy, Mr. Check My Resume. Came to bring you my weekly watch list for the week of April 25th through 29th. So we're gonna get down to it and see what's the business. So first off, I want to take a look at some downside setups. I think we got a little bit of opportunity for some puts this week, particularly early in the week. So we'll see what happens and how things open up. But first off, I'm looking at JP Morgan, ticker JPM. And first thing I'm looking at here is the shooter on the week. And I'm looking at an entry, which would give us a 212 on the week. Give me my level here. My level for entry on JPM would be 125.54. Would be looking to take this down to like the 120, 119 level. So that would be like a target range that I'm looking at for that one. So keep your eyes open for that. So we'll see how it opens up. If it shows any strength, which I'm probability, it's likely to continue to push down. It's my thought. So first one there is JPM. Moving on, another short setup I'm looking at is in, excuse me, in the industrial sector, and that is Caterpillar. So Caterpillar here is giving us a textbook rev strat on the week time frame. We are looking at a 2-2 rev here right off the Broadening formation. So this is textbook. So we're looking at this 2-2 rev below 215.60. We're looking to take this one possibly down to the point of control on the week, which is at 207.04. There's also a couple other levels I have plotted as well for Caterpillar. If we do try to go test the bottom of this range, we are looking at a 195, 194 level, somewhere in there, particularly for like the bottom of that range. So we'll see what happens, but it has rejected off that range and it pushed down pretty far last time it did that. So we'll see what happens this time around. Likelihood, I'm thinking that we will get this rail strat on the week. So that'll be an opportunity that we can definitely look at. So now I'm going to move along and get into some upside setups. The first of which, something we've been in for a while, something that is in staples that we're just waiting on. We are sitting in some June expirations and we got some May, some Junes. We're just sitting there waiting on Clorox to kind of complete this move that it's making. But we are looking at Clorox to continue its movement to the upside. It did complete an outside week last week. So now we're looking at continuation on the week above 152.93. And at that point, we are looking at Clorox pushing towards the 160, 165 level. Ultimately, we're looking at, north of 170 in the 180 range. Really, just depending on how much time you have, this thing can push up to the top of the range. And so we're really just looking to see it kind of pick up the pace here. So Clorox is another one. As you can see, there's not much room in between here. There's no broadening formation. So we're really looking at an opportunity to make a run here on Clorox. So just don't put too much dip on your chip. We got the macro starting to work in our favor. Looks like we may have to do a little bit more work to take the year green, but we are moving in the right direction. So yeah, we got about 24 more points before we can take the year green at 174. So for now, we are pushing up, and looks like we're heading in the right direction finally. So we've been there. We've been sitting in those for a while. So it's a good sight to see that one starting to move as we expected. Another upside call that I'm looking at is EA. It's in the game. EA Sports had a pretty good week as well as a good day on Friday. Continued its strength through the pull down on Friday, which is a very, very good sign. We got both the month and the quarter green pushing upwards. Looks like we got some buyers present, which gives me the inclination that we are headed back to the upside. What I did recognize is that we had this 2 down hammer last month, and now we are pushing up to get this 2-2 rev on the month that we're looking at 131.59. So we get continuation on the week here, and then we're looking at this monthly reversal at 131.59, which will give us more confirmation that we're moving to the upside, which then we can go test this other side of this range here at 139.61. So that'll be first and second targets, so to speak, on the macros. So looking at buying some contracts with some time. Taking this one, I mean, we could take this one back to like the 140, 145 range. So we'll see what happens. I think overall, I mean, you can get north of 150 if you have the right amount of time. So we'll see what happens. EA is one that I would like to see some more sector strength. So from the other sectors. So we'll see though. EA looks strong, looks like it's showing strength relative to everything else that's going on in the market, as well as what's in its sector. So EA looks strong. I see nothing wrong with it. All right. Now, next on my list, I have a couple hedge opportunities. Just to continue from our work from Friday, we really tore up these hedge plays on Friday. We had VIX as well as UVXY that all went off, had great days, and they performed well. So had a lot of students that hit big on those plays, and so just looking at if we do get continued bearish activity next week, that we will have an opportunity to take these trades to the upside, and potentially get a nice win off of these. So first off, we're going to talk about here is UVXY. And first things first on UVXY, we see the strong day that we had on Friday. We also see this very nice outside week hammer candle. So a couple things there showing that we have strength, although we are at a broadening formation level. So don't be surprised if VIX goes down in the morning and stocks and things start to rise. So that wouldn't be a bad thing. Just just be mindful of the levels and the broadening formation. So that's how I'm looking at it. If we do have continued bearish activity, that means we'll push through these broadening formations and push our way up to the next level, which will be around here, around $18.80, $19 range. So that'll be what we'll look at ultimately on UVXY. So we have to see, but once it's confirmed that it's going, it's gonna go like a rocket. So it's one of those things where you can pretty much take advantage of that move once you got that confirmation. So we already know what we did on Friday. We kind of watching to see what happens next. So I would just say just kind of keep your eye on it. Be ready to make a move if the market continues pushing down. Be quick about your decisions. You don't have to stay in these plays a long time, especially on these hedges. So be mindful and just be alert. We'll see what happens pre-market though. Next one I have, I'm going to talk about is VXX. I know my boy Boss Gang likes to play VIX, but on VXX, I'm going to talk about a little bit here. We have on VXX, as you can see, the 3-2 continuation on the day. Also, we had a Pimpin' Limpin', which is a 2-1-3 combination on the week. Very bullish signal here. We had a failed 2 down, which led us to an outside week to the upside last week. So now we're looking for a continuation on the week above 26.50, and looking if we do get this continuation here, maybe looking at the $29 level. maybe push up to 30 bucks if possible. So that'll be what I'm looking at on the VIX. If we do get this bearish activity tomorrow or even through the week. And, we were fortunate enough to be in VIX the last couple of times. This thing has spiked on us. We saw the $40, move on VIX. We were sitting in those. 2 weeks later, we were also sitting in VIX when this thing popped to about 30. So we've been there on time. So I would just say, just be mindful, pay attention to your levels, stick to the script, and that will conclude my list for this week. So with that, folks, I'll leave y'all to it. Y'all have a blessed evening. I'll catch y'all in the morning. Peace.